Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. How many employees are going to continue to work remotely, even if their employers require them to return to the workplace? And those employers are facing some issues, and some of them may surprise you. With me to walk through those questions with a new survey that he conducted with 450 employer participants in a recent employment seminar is James Reedy, who is chair of the Labor and Employment Law Practice at the Sheen Finney Bass and Green Law Firm in Manchester, Concord, Upper Valley, Portsmouth, and Boston. Welcome.
Thanks, Fred.
Jim, let's walk through the results of that survey. Here's the first question. If you allowed your employees to work remotely in the last year, how many actually worked remotely? And you can see the responses, the answer choices on the left, and the actual responses on the right. And clearly, Jim, no surprise, a sizable number chose to work remotely.
A significant number, and I think that employers, out of necessity, had people working remotely.
Yeah, but then you ask them the question that is the hot topic, as far as I'm concerned, of workplace employment right now. And that is a question, assuming you have required all or will soon require employees to return to work, how many will still work remotely? And again, the choices are on the left, the answer choices, and the responses are on the right. And my goodness, there are a lot of people that are going to stay home.
Yeah, that's what we're finding. Whether it was Fast Company recently did a magazine survey, and others have said that as much as a third of American workers will choose to stay home. And if their employer requires to come into work, they may look for work elsewhere.
In fact, there's a Bloomberg report out this past week, which you probably saw, that shows some employees are quitting their jobs rather than going back to work. They want to work from home.
Yeah, and on the other side of the ledger, there was also an article that came out about CEOs. Basically, a majority of CEOs believe that remote workers lack hustle, and perhaps they don't work as hard as they would if they were in the office.
Well, of course we do. We're very content at home. Finally, you asked your 450 employer seminar participants this question: what is the most troublesome issue you have encountered with remote work arrangements? And again, you can see the choices are on the left and the responses on the right. And Jim, the one that really grabbed my attention was resentment from in-office workers, 32%.
Yeah, and that's from some workers that could not work remotely because of the nature of their work, clinical workers, factory workers, and so on. But some are in-office workers and resent when someone wanted a reasonable accommodation of working from home or a preference of working from home. That is definitely an issue brewing in the workplace.
And those other issues, equipment shortages, connection issues, what was that about?
Well, that was principally about, when in March of 2020, when employers largely had to shut down, they had to scramble to find laptops and other equipment to keep their employees connected.
Right. And of course, managing productivity is always important, no matter whether you're remote or whether you're in person.
Right, exactly. Finally,
the thorny legal question of whether or not employers can mandate vaccines of their employees was answered this past week, by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, as you know, which said they can.
Yeah, and they said that in December of 2022 when the vaccines first came out. They've supplemented that after the CDC came out with their recent guidance, and also with the number of people that have since been vaccinated. In 6 months, we've had a significant number of people vaccinated, which is a good thing. But they came out and they said, can an employer mandate vaccination? And the answer is yes, they can, if it is one, job related, and two, consistent with business necessity. That's, of course, allowing for accommodations for people with religious or medical exemptions.
Well, Jim, we love these surveys that you do. They're so timely. Thank you. My thanks to James Reedy, chair of the Labor and Employment Practice at the Sheen Finney Bass and Green Law Firm in Manchester, Concord, the Upper Valley, Portsmouth, and Boston. Thanks.